Friends, Kumo and I just got finished shooting the first drive review of this, the 2017 BMW i8. We'll link it up here so you can check that out. But shockingly, we still have a lot of sunlight left, so we figured we'd shoot an Ask MotoMan before we wrap everything up. And he came up with the idea of, rather than answering a question that came in through social media or YouTube, he wanted to answer a question from many different people that have literally mobbed us over the past 10 days with this car, because I wasn't kidding in the tech review with this car. This, when people see it, even non-car people, this is a religious experience. But then invariably you get the car people that come up to you and they always pose the same question. Is this going to be an M1 in the future? So, to answer that question, I am going to have my friend Dave Kinney, literally the man who writes the book on old cars, answer the question for us in absentia. Now, before we dive off into this i8 M1 question, if you really love old cars, like to the point where you either have them or you want to buy them and you're not following Dave Kinney, huge mistake. I'll link up his Twitter down here. Make sure you follow him, and you need to excuse him. He's an old man. He drives a pickup truck, so he doesn't have all the different socials. Just be glad he's on Twitter. Now let's get to this question. So everyone that comes up to me about this car thinks this looks like an M1, which it does. Now, like the two people that are watching this that don't know what an M1 is, it was a mid-engine sports car produced solely by BMW. It was designed by Giorgetto Giugiaro, the same man who designed my first car, as well as the Lancia Delta Integrale HF and many other cars, including a Lotus Esprit. But anyway, I digress. That car was produced from 1979 to 1981. It was a 3.5-liter inline-six. It had Kugelfischer fuel injection. I just like saying Kugelfischer. And that engine, that made its way to a BMW in South Africa for a couple of years, 745. Anyway, that's nonsensical stuff. But the car put out like 270 horsepower, 273 to be exact, in 1979 from a six-cylinder engine. That was like space-age technology. See where I'm going with this? Space-age technology. And they look kind of the same, don't they? Well, here's where things kind of start to diverge. You see, this car, it's lovely, and as we said in the episode, it's 150 grand. It ain't cheap, but it is still the best-selling hybrid sports car out there. In its first year in the US, they sold something like 3,000 of them. In Europe, they sold something like 1,500, and then I think in the second year of production, they sold something like 1,800 in the US and another 1,500 in Europe. And that's not including other markets, because they do sell it in China and like 3 countries in South America. So this is where we get into a bit of a problem, because remember in the Ask MotoMan I did about, you know, what affects collector car values, and a lot of the information comes from Dave Kinney himself. It's a lot of things. Was the car unique when it was new? Yes, this one's unique today, and the M1 was definitely unique back in the day. Does it have any like competition or racing history? Well, this one doesn't, but the M1 did. Of the total cars produced, 20 of them were race cars. Now, let's put that aside. How many of them were produced? Well, this, we just do some quick math, was it 3,000, then let's say another 2,000, let's round up, so it's 5,000 in the US, and let's say 3,600 in Europe. So let's round it up to 10,000 that's been sold in the past 2.5 years. 10,000. M1s, they made a total of 457. So let's see how that affects value. My friend Dax, who he was one of the people I went to Billy Joel with in this car, at Billy Joel, the moron was literally looking on his phone of what these things are used, because now he wants to buy one, and we found them as cheap as $96,000. Kind of a bargain for this car. But that's after what? They built almost 10,000 of them. Well, the M1, according to Dave Kinney, a complete rat in 1979, and just as an aside here, his book, there's no price difference between a 79, an 80, and an 81. A complete basket case non-runner, which is a Condition 4 car, is 50,000 US. If you can find 10 of them, I will buy all 10 of them from you, no joke. But here's the catch. A Condition 2, meaning a really nice car, is $589,000, no matter the year. And then a condition 1, meaning perfect. I mean, just a Bruce Canepa kind of a car. That would be $620,000. Now that's in the book, but in a lot of cases, when there's only 457 of these cars ever built, you got to throw the book away, because recently M1s at auction I think went for almost $1 million. I wouldn't be surprised if they've gone over $1 million and I just didn't know about it. So the short answer to your question is, at almost 10,000 and they haven't stopped production, I don't think these will be as valuable as M1s in the future. I will ask Dave Kinney to weigh in on this, and perhaps we'll get him on the show again. But until then, I'm going to turn the question around to you. Do you feel this will be as collectible as a BMW M1? And if not, what current collectible BMW do you feel this will equate to in future value? Let me know in the comments below or via our social media, MotoManTV all in word, MotoManTV all in word, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And with that, we want to leave you with two things. Please unsubscribe from us. Yes, we are asking you to unsubscribe and then resubscribe and click notifications. This is how so ridiculous YouTube has been over the past year. It has affected all YouTubers, big and small, no matter the genre. And number two, we want to leave you with a fun fact. And the fun fact is this. I didn't tell you in any of the episodes, the 2 episodes so far of this car, one of my favorite things about this, and his too, is not looking at it, not sitting in it, not driving it. It's sitting at a light. And most people are like shocked what this thing looks like, and they're expecting you to like listen to the Thompson Twins or any kind of like 80s music. But the most entertaining thing for us is to be bumping country music out of a BMW i8 and seeing people's reactions. Now, if you want entertainment, that is entertainment. Until we see you next time, bis später.